Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Always Andy. Today we're working on a pressure washer. This belongs to a friend of mine who pretty much said that every time he tries to run this thing, it only runs with the choke on. It's also leaking gas out of the carburetor. So we're gonna take a look at this, see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. So let's get into it and see what we can find. Let's see what kind of gas we got in here. Okay, it's full right to the brim. That looks all right. Let's pull the screen out of here real quick. Looks like the screen caught a little bit of debris. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this gas is fairly new, and of course my reason for that simply being that it doesn't stink. Oh, the fuel tank does look clean. Somebody write that down, I guess. Let's go ahead and put the screen back in, put this on before we lose it. Let's check the oil level in the machine. This is a 212cc engine. This would actually make a pretty good go-kart engine. I guess if we can't fix it, we'll panhandle it off of him and use it for its parts. Check the oil level. Ew. It looks like it's pretty low on oil. These are a fill to spill type deal. You guys know the vibe. Just how low we are here. Okay, that's very low. Is there even any oil in this thing? Okay, that's extremely low. This is the angle I've got this thing at right now. Oil should be pouring out of that. Also, it looks kind of nasty on the stick. This might have a dipstick on the other side too. A lot of these smaller engines do. Yes, it does. Take a look here. The oil that's in here is nasty. We're definitely gonna do the oil change for him. Throw that off to the side. I guess before we do anything, we'll start with the oil change. I'm curious to see what the condition of the oil that comes out of this thing actually looks like. Let's go ahead, before we even verify his concern, let's go ahead and do the oil change because I don't wanna run this thing with no oil in it. So there's a little hole in the frame here. This is for you to be able to drain it and not make a massive mess. Let's go ahead and take this 10mm fastener off the bottom. We'll drain out what is in here. There we go. Pretty much it. Actually, that's pretty much all we got. It's just barely trickling out. Maybe I can lean this thing to the drain hole side to get some more out of it. That's it. There's no more oil in there. That's it. That's how much oil came out of this. So not even enough to cover the bottom of the pan. This is like a couple ounces. Well, let's put the drain plug back in and fill it up, and we'll keep searching and see what else we find. Let's go ahead and tighten the drain plug back up. It's got another drain plug on the other side. I'm just gonna check the torque on that just to make sure it's tight. Let's go ahead and fill this thing up with oil, shall we? For the oil, we're just gonna use some 1030. For these small engines, you can pretty much use whatever. 1030, 1540. I assure you this is fine. This is probably what it calls for actually. It probably calls for 1030. I have both the oil fill caps off. I'm gonna fill it from one side while I watch the other so I know when it's full. This thing holds probably half a quart. Okay, it's full and leaking all over the place. Outstanding. So the question is, how do you know when it's full, right? As you guys can see, it's dumping all over the floor, which means it's full. The other side is right at the top of the fill hole, so we know that's full. Let me get both the fill plugs back in, clean up my mess real quick, and we'll keep checking. One more thing I want to check before we actually start this thing is the engine air filter. Let's go ahead and pull this cover off real quick and just see what it looks like in here. Make sure there's not a rat's nest or something weird in here. That's actually not bad. The air filter looks pretty clean. Go ahead and put that back on real quick. So let's go ahead and start this thing up and see if we can verify his concern. He said it only runs with the choke open. So let's go ahead and start by first turning the fuel on and see if a bunch of fuel comes out of the carb, because that's one of his two pretty big concerns on here. And it's immediately dumping out, just making a massive mess. Let's try and start it. Right. Run, open, switch is on. All right, so that's just making a huge mess and stinks terribly. Let's check the plug on this and see how that looks real quick. Can you guys see? That looks like a pretty new plug. Let's pop that plug off and see how it actually looks. That is a pretty much brand new plug. I mean, I think the gap looks a little tight, but not super tight, so we'll just leave it like that. That looks all right. Let's go ahead and rip the carb off of this thing and clean that up real quick. So we got two 10 mils on the front we popped off. Engine air filter wing nut and filter removed. This cover looks like it has two Phillips head fasteners holding it in place. I think the only thing holding this on is one hose clamp. Pop that off. With this little filter, the top plate, and then the front cover off. That'll expose the carb. And let's see what it takes to get this off. It looks like the throttle is on here. Let's go ahead and pull all this off of here. This little spring comes out of the small part. Slightly difficult with one hand. Pull that out of the top. And there's one hose on here, which looks like it leads to the petcock, which makes this our fuel line. So let's go ahead and crimp the fuel line off so we don't drain the tank all over the bench. And then we'll go ahead and pop this clamp off and get that off of there. I'm gonna use these, which is a specific pair of pliers made for crimping hoses. Get on our fuel line, crimp that off, grab our other pliers, pop the clamp off of here, and the entire fuel line will come off. So let's immediately go ahead and drain the carb before we do anything. There's literally nothing coming out of this. Let's pop this cover off and see what's in here. The bottom of it has two fasteners. This one is to drain it. All right. This is our fastener for our drain. This is our fastener that holds the bowl on. Careful as to not lose our little gasket on here. Let's pull the bowl off. Okay. The bowl, well, you guys can see that, is completely full of what looks like sand. I'm pretty sure this is what happens if you use ethanol fuel. It just turns into this crystallized nonsense. So this is gonna have to soak and be cleaned. It's also all over this as well. You can see that pretty thick, like chalky dust stuff. This is just clogging the carb. I'm using non-ethanol fuel. So I'm sure that's on everything. This is our float. I suspect that the reason that this thing is draining as soon as you open the petcock on it is because the float was stuck. I'm gonna go ahead and push this needle off to the side, remove the float, and we're gonna clean that as well. I've got the pin out. We'll set that off to the side. We'll go ahead and pull the float off very carefully as not to lose this little guy right here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. This thing has all types of debris inside of it. All that has to come out of there. That's all that has to get cleaned out. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the jet out of this and see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and pop this jet out of here real quick. Put our flathead in here. When you reinstall these, you do not want to over tighten this. So, also, if the screwdriver you're using doesn't seem like it fits very well, you're going to want to find a better one instead of just forcing it. So let's pop the jet out. That looks like a main jet. Pull this guy out of here. That's not too bad. This thing's pretty clean. There's a little bit of debris on this, but it's not terrible. I think if we remove this, I think there's another jet inside of here that needs to be cleaned. So let's pop this off and just see how that looks. This is our idle adjustment screw. It looks like there's less than one thread showing, so we'll just annotate that for ourselves. We'll pop this out. Let's see if we can get this off of here. There we go. I literally can't even see through that. So this is also absolutely clogged. Okay, so let's look through this. Let's pick you guys up. We have the sun, and we have our little piece here. As you can see, there is zero light coming through that. And then for our jet, and you can just barely see a tiny bit of light coming through this. See that? Let's go ahead and blow this out real quick and we'll see how it looks. Got the air hose on the excavator. I don't know if you guys can see any of that. That's way better than it was, but I feel like there's still like a small amount of debris in there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the carb detail kit, which is basically like tiny drill bits, and I'm gonna shove those in here. I'm gonna waller that out. So here's what I'm referring to. Again, these are just tiny little drill bits that we're gonna shove in here and clean that hole out. I'm gonna go hit this with some compressed air. And let's see if you guys see the difference. See that? See how large that hole is now? That's what we're looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the rest of these components as well real quick. Just kind of cleaning all this out here. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to just blow this with a bunch of compressed air and clean it off a little bit. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's start getting this thing put back together. So we'll put this guy back in here. We'll get our idle adjustment screw reinstalled. Tighten our jet. We got the float right here. Go ahead and hit this with some compressed air real quick. Put our pin back through. There we go. That seems nice and springy and clean. This is now our current issue. All of that needs to get cleaned out of here. So I'm gonna go clean this up and I'll be right back, I guess. And just like that, it's all cleaned up. A little bit of brake clean, a wire brush that has plastic bristles on it, and that's it. Let's go ahead and reinstall our bowl on here. The bottom of this fastener is covered in ethanol as well. Let's clean that off. That's better. Our carb bowl drain plug. I'm gonna hand tighten both of these. There we go. Perfect. Put this back on so we can open the choke. And that's it. That's nice and cleaned up. So let's go put this back on the machine and see what that does. Okay, so our first test here is gonna be to open the fuel line on it by opening the petcock, letting the bowl fill with fuel, and seeing if it leaks all over the ground like it was doing earlier. The second test will be try and start it. We'll make sure it runs. I see no fuel leaking, so I guess we fixed that. I'm only gonna run this for a second or two if it does start, and the reason is because it's a pressure washer. I don't want the pump running dry with no water in it. That's perfect. Easy fix. We just had to clean the jets, clean the bowl out. Had the customer been using ethanol-free fuel this whole time, it probably wouldn't have had this issue. So let's go ahead and close this thing up. We'll have him start it, make sure it's good, and that's it. We're good to go. So if you guys have any questions, put it down in the comments below. If not, then I appreciate your time as always. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.